Okay, so in this video, I'm going to talk about something called solid angle. Now, all of you may have heard of angle, right? So, what is angle? So, let's say if you take two lines, right? So, if somebody asks you, let's say if you compare these two lines and if you take, let's say, another set of two lines, right? If somebody says, look at this angle, and tell me which angle is more, so you'll say, this is obviously more, right? So my question is, so how do we measure and how do we say this angle is more than that angle? So what's the definition? How do you measure angle, right? So now look at this. So when you have these two lines, right, the more, normally we would say in plain English, the more separated they are, the more is the angle between them, right? But the question is, what do you mean by separated? If I look here, the separation is something. If I go further, separation is more. If I draw these lines and extend them, right, the farther you go, the more is the separation, right? But then a person, if you see from here or from here, the angle is always the same, right? So then there has to be some measure better than separation, right? And if you think about it, right, if I take let's take a compass and draw a circular arc and see the point and take the length which is getting cut by these two lines. So this arc, right? And if you take this length, let me call this R, right? R is this length and this is the arc. The ratio of the arc and this distance R is going to be the same. Whether I take it here or I take it here, here the arc is bigger, but the distance also is more. If you go here, the arc will be bigger, but distance will go up. But the ratio of arc to distance is going to be the same, right? Arc upon, we'll call this radius. Why radius? Because we are drawing a circular arc, from this point. So arc upon radius, right, would be constant, would be the same, and this is what we call angle. Okay, so angle is nothing but the ratio of, sorry, not arc, this is arc, right? Arc upon radius, right? Arc upon radius, this I define as angle. In other words, if I call this theta, right, so theta is equal to arc upon radius. Okay, writing it neatly here so you can see this clearly. Okay, now next question, right? So here this was a two-dimensional scenario. Now what if we have what if it's not two-dimensional? So what if, let's say, I'm talking about, say, an ice cream cone, right? If I think about an ice cream cone, right, minus ice cream, of course, right? So the fun part is not there, right? Now this is the cone, right? So the question is, now let us say if you actually now put some ice cream and you made it like spherical, right? Or another way to think about this is, let us take a sphere, right? You take a sphere, right? And from here I cut out an ice cream cone like shape, right? So I cut this and take it out. You cut this and take this out, right? Now here this is so to say the curved surface at the top, right? Now can I think of some angle here which measures not the distance between the lines, but it measures like how much is the area, right? So here we talked about the length. Here can I talk about how at this point, right, distance, so the area is R, so distance is R, distance R from the center, like how much is the area at the top of the ice cream cone, right? So now it turns out we can talk about a new concept, right, which we call solid angle, which is comparable to this, and we will define solid angle. Let's say this angle is, this is my solid angle, I'm calling it delta omega, right? So now delta omega, which is what we call solid angle, this is defined as this area at the top, right? This area, right, upon R square, right? So this is in case of for a spherical surface. This is for spherical, right? Spherical surface, right? If I cut an ice cream cone like shape out and look at the area, the curved area at the top, and that area by R square, I call it my solid angle, right? And so this is the basic definition. And now we can talk about certain different scenarios in which the solid angle, we'll have to think about slightly differently, right? So here the good thing was, at any point, this whole arc, right, it was at every point it was perpendicular to the line. So if I take this line here, wherever the line touches, right, the surface is going to be, that the point of contact surface is going to be perpendicular to the radius, right. Now let us say if I take let me take a small area, right. This is flat surface, right, this is flat surface. Here I can take a line, take a point, and I can ask a question, what is the solid angle, and this area, let's call this also delta S, right? What is the solid angle of this surface at this particular point? Right? Now, if we assume that this is very small, the area is very small, practically at every point the surface is going to be perpendicular to the radius, practically speaking, right? If the area is very, very small compared to the radius r, right? Then in that case, here also we can say that my delta omega would be delta S by r square. Okay. Now one last thing, right? What if this area is not perpendicular? What if it is bent at a certain angle, right? Now, as you can imagine, right, if you bend at a certain angle, right, effectively the area projected here would become smaller. Think about it. So let's say if I take I'll take a couple of scenarios. So let's say first, and I'll take a side view. Here I'm showing at an angle. Let's say take a side view where it will look like so let's say this is my circle. I'm looking at from the side, so you'll just see one side of it, right? So scenario one was, this was my area, right, delta S, and this is the point. Now both are at right angles. So here the solid angle is going to be the maximum, right? What if now I turn it at some angle? Now it's going to become, the area is going to become less, right? The length will be slightly less, right? If I make the angle further, then I can imagine here, effectively this is like, the area is only this much, right? The angle is going to be only this much, right? So as we bend the area, the solid angle of this surface at this point is going to reduce, right? So now I will mathematically derive and find out what is solid angle when this area is at an angle, say theta, right, compared to or with respect to the radius vector. Okay. So let's take a simple case. First case, right? First case, we are trying to find the solid angle at this point. So from here I draw a line, and I'll make it slightly bigger so we can see it very easily. So let's say this is the view of the surface area from one side, right? And this surface area I'm taking it's a rectangle. It's a rectangle of length L and breadth B. I can see the length L here, right? The length L is here. Breadth B I cannot see because it is perpendicular, right? Now what I do is I bend it at an angle. So let's say I bend it at an angle, right? At an angle, and now this angle is theta. This angle is theta, right? Now what will be the solid angle? So earlier the solid angle would have been, if this was delta S, right? This was delta S. So solid angle would have been delta S by r square, right? Delta S by r square. Now what will happen? Now I need to, I'll take the projection of this on this, right? So now my area, right, when I'm twisting it, right, the length B will still be perpendicular to this line, right? But this length L is going to, its projection, right, perpendicular to this radius, right, that is going to reduce, and this length from here to here, right, this is going, if this length is, total length is L, this length is going to be L cos theta. L cos theta. What is L cos theta? This is L cos theta, right? How do you know that? This is L by 2, right? This is theta, so this is going to be, from here to here is L by 2 cos theta, this is L by 2 cos theta. So total from here to here is going to be 2 into L by 2 cos theta, which is L cos theta. So now this area is going to be L cos theta into B, because my B has not changed. B is still perpendicular, right? B is still perpendicular to the radius, right? Obviously here I've shown the point very close. It is actually, think that, this area is very small, the line is very, very far off. This point is very, very far off, right? So now I can say that my effective area, right, area which is projecting an angle is, effective area is L cos theta, right, into B, which is nothing but LB cos theta. And what is LB? LB is nothing but delta S. So this is delta S cos theta, right? And my delta omega now, right, is equal to delta S cos theta. divided by r square. This is the solid angle projected by a surface of area delta S when it is bent, and or rather when it is its orientation is changed, and now there is an angle theta, right, between the surface when it was, or you can think another way. This is the angle between the radius vector and the area vector, right? This is the angle between the radius vector. Theta is the angle between radius and area vector. So this is the way we think about solid angle, and the next video we'll talk about, we'll use this concept to derive the Gauss's law. Thank you.